Which class should I play? I mean, there are so many classes in this game. But no worries, in this video you will find out which class to play or narrow down your choice of classes you want to play. So, let's start! But first, you need to choose if you want to join the Republic or if you want to align with the Sith Empire. After you chose your side, you need to choose which role you want to fill. There are 3 roles you can fill, like in the most MMORPGs, and these are tanks, healers, and damage dealers, or for short DPS. If you want to be the shield for your team, then you probably should play tank. And if you never tanked before, I would recommend to you the Powertech or Vanguard class. If you are capable on tanks, then I would recommend to you the Jedi Guardian or the Sith Juggernaut. And if you want to have a real challenge with some stealth and the best DPS, I would recommend to you the Sith Assassin or the Jedi Shadow. Let's say you want to play healer, because these stupid damn casuals can't fulfill this role to your satisfaction, and know you want to do it because you need to carry a team, but maybe you didn't heal before. Then I would recommend to you the Sage or Sorcerer class, because it's the easiest class of all the healers you can play. But maybe you are already a capable healer. Then I have 2 or 4 classes that I can recommend to you. If you want to have the highest healing numbers, then you should pick the Scoundrel or Operative class. But if you want to have the highest burst healing, then I would recommend to you the Commando or Mercenary class. Or maybe you want to just destroy everything and see your enemies crumble before you. Then you probably should play DPS. But then you have another important question to ask yourself. Do you want to play a melee DPS or a ranged DPS? If you want to get slowed the whole time while the enemies are running away from you, then you should probably play melee DPS. And if you just want to chill and relax while you're shooting the enemy, then maybe you should probably play ranged. But at ranged you don't have a lightsaber though, so keep that in mind. The DPS class has the widest range because every single class has at least 2 DPS specs, and some of them even have 3. You have 1 burst, 1 dodgery, and for the classes that have 3 DPS 3s, you have 1 mixed most of the time. So right now on your screen you will see all melee and ranged DPS categorized. So maybe you chose a class on what you heard right now, but there are some other questions you should ask yourself, so you really pick the class you want to play the most. So now I think you ask yourself, what are these questions? Well, what the hell do I even want to play in this game? I mean, there's a lot to do, and it is Star Wars. Star Wars is awesome, so what do I do? So there are also some questions to that, and those are, do I want to play PvE? Do I want to play PvP? Do I just play for the story, and the stories are really good? Or do I want to play the housing system? If you just want to play Star Wars: The Old Republic for the awesome housing system, why the fuck are you watching this video? Let's say you choose PvE as your only or main part of the game. Then the tips I provided earlier should really help you to narrow down what you want to play. But maybe you just want to have the highest damage per second or the highest average damage. Well, I'm not really a professional when it comes to those kind of things, but I can provide you a link that is in the description down below for after the video, so you can watch which classes have the highest DPS and the highest average damage and so on. When it comes to the tanks and healers, the tips I provided earlier should really help you to decide which of them you want to play. And maybe there is the possibility that you just want to have the coolest looking class or the coolest ability visual wise. And exactly for for this purpose, I will show you a short clip of the visual or how your character could look and some of the abilities, so you maybe can get a feeling of how they play or how they look while playing. You can ask these same questions if you want to focus on PvP, but this is kinda different, because the basic rule is burst damage is better than dot damage. But if you play as a team and you have one person that has dot, that can be very, very powerful. So in PvP it depends a lot more than in PvE. And sometimes something works that should not work that way. So this is really kinda gray area, and as I said, I'm not a specialist in those things, but the last time I looked that up, the best melee DPS was the Scoundrel and the Operative, and for the ranged classes it was the Mercenary and the Commando. The best tank was the Jedi Guardian and the Sith Juggernaut, and the best healers were Sith Sorcerers and Jedi Sages. This also may vary a lot because of the time difference when you are watching this video. Or maybe you just don't give a crap about PvP and PvE really. You don't care about flashpoints and operations and arena fights. It's all for the peasants there beneath you. Well then, you maybe just focus on the story. And there is another question. How do I choose which story I want to play if I don't want to get spoiled, but I want to know which story could be more interesting for me? Well, don't worry guys, that's why I am here. I will take every story in Star Wars: The Old Republic and put it in one sentence that is as spoiler free as possible. So, spoiler warning, if you don't want to know anything, skip this part. I'm not going to spoiler something, but just for everyone that really don't want to know anything. And I will do that with a personal story ranking list. This list can and will vary a lot because you like other things more than I do. But enough of that, let's start! At rank number 8 we have the Jedi Counselor. In this story you need to use the Force and diplomacy to save the Jedi Order. At rank number 7 we have the Republic Soldier. In this story you join the Havoc Squad, one of the best elite units in the Galactic Republic. Rank number 6, the Smuggler. In this story you take your own path through the galaxy as a smuggler for hire. At rank number 5 we have the Sith Inquisitor. In this story you are learning about your origins and work yourself through the Sith ranks. Rank number 4, the Jedi Knight. In this story you hunt a great foe of the galaxy. This story is a bit more of a classic Jedi story, but a really good one. At rank number 3 we have the Sith Warrior. In this story you walk the path of the Sith Code. This is also a classic Sith story you maybe can imagine, but also a very good one. And our second place, rank number 2, is the Bounty Hunter. In this story you participate in the Great Hunt, the biggest bounty hunter competition in the galaxy. And my favorite story of all class stories in Star Wars: The Old Republic is the Imperial Agent. This story is a favorite of almost everyone I know and from a lot of people on YouTube. This is maybe so because it is rumored to be the first story ever made, because the choices you make have a bigger impact than in the other stories. In this story you are an Imperial Agent called Cypher that is pulling the strings from the shadows. I can't say more because the stories and the plot twists are insanely good, so I really tried to tell nothing about it. I really can only recommend to you play this story. It is amazing. It is really amazing. I love it. After you finished your class story, there is a lot more story content you can go through. So don't be sad if it ended, but after that the story is the same for every class. But the stories are also really good. Just a quick notice after all of that. If you want to mix 2 of the 3 categories I just presented, then maybe try to find a good fit for all of them. Like when you play a damage dealer, try to find a damage dealer that is in PvP in the mid or a bit higher, and also in PvE, so you can perform in both of these categories pretty good. And we are finished. That is all I can tell you right now. But maybe I missed something. And if that is the case, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see more Star Wars: The Old Republic content, then feel free to subscribe. And if you want to watch some outfit ideas for your new character right now, then you can click at the info card and see the playlist with all outfit videos I already made. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day. May the Force be with you, and lebt wohl!